So over here I have the MACHINIST. It's a MACHINIST H97 strong Mini-ITX motherboard. It's for the LGA 1150 Intel. It uses the H97 chipset. It's a Chinese motherboard, obviously. I think it's one of those motherboards that they take like parts of certain other motherboards, you know, they combine them together to making this. I bought this for a DIY NAS storage that I'm going to be conducting. Anyway, I want to get right into the box right here and take a look inside, and yeah, let's do that right now. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look on what this thing, like once I got it out of the box, what it comes with. Like, you have the motherboard over here and then an anti-static bag, the I/O shield for it, and SATA cable, SATA 3 cable. So right now I'm gonna take it out of the anti-static bag so you can take a closer look at it. Okay, so over here we have the motherboard itself. I took it out of the anti-static bag over there, and from what I can tell, this thing has 2 DIMM slots, just like any other Mini-ITX motherboard. We have the PCIe 3 X16 connector. We have a Wi-Fi connector over here. You can connect like a Wi-Fi card, and I don't know where you would route it, but I guess it's just like a DIY solution. And over here you could fit like an M.2 NVMe or just a SATA one over here. No, it only supports M.2, like NVMe, sorry, only NVMe configuration. But I will definitely use the slot for an NVMe. And right here we have 4 SATA connectors, SATA 3 connectors, and front I/O ports, and I think the audio is right here, and the jumpers for resetting the BIOS. And over here you have, like, as you can tell, there is no CMOS battery compartment. Like, you have to use one of those laptop cables, but I have a solution for that, like one of those laptops battery cables. But I bought something that, if it works, it will be proved to be most useful. I will be getting it out like in a bit, and I will be connecting it directly to this connector over here, and I will plug the CR2032 battery right into the other end. But we'll take a closer look about that later. Right now I want to see the pins. Let me lift this up. Okay, and it seems to be pretty good. Yeah, everything seems to be intact, all the pins. I'll just put it back carefully. Okay, and yeah, so over here we have the 8-pin connector for the power to power the motherboard, and a 24-pin connector, USB 3 connectors, it's a DC connector for the fans. Won't be needing that because I will be using that inside the Node 304, as I made a video about that before. So this is the motherboard that will go into that case, and it comes with a built-in fan controller, so I won't be needing that at all. I will be using that controller, just 3 fans, not a big deal. And over here, let's take a look at the I/O. So we have the PS2 connector over here, 2 USB 2s on the right, like next to it, an HDMI connector, a DisplayPort connector, a COM connector, a VGA connector over here, 2 NICs for 2.5 gigabit, if I remember correctly from what I was reading, 2 USB 3 ports, and another 2 USB 2 ports. A lot of USB 2 ports. I think they should have made these USB 3 as well. but doesn't matter. And over here we have the audio connectors over here, line in and microphone and all the others, which is good. And let's take a look at the back of the motherboard. Pretty simple, straightforward, nothing to see here. Yeah, so overall this motherboard looks pretty nice. I like the style, like the textures that they put around the motherboard. Like the NVMe that I bought for it looks exactly like it. They put like a sticker with this kind of texture, so it would blend in pretty good. It will blend in pretty good with the motherboard, so it would fit right in there. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. I think it's time to plug everything in. I will be installing some CPU on here and some memory and cooler and whatnot, and I'll even throw in the NVMe on there just to see how it looks like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just I'll pick it back up once I plugged everything, and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so I have everything set up. I installed the CPU, the memory over here. I hooked up the NVMe drive. Everything is connected to some of the test environment that I have over here. And now I'm going to power on the motherboard with all the components, and we'll see how it run like once I turn this on. And there you go, fan spinning, we have a ping, and there you go, Machinist. And it boots up to my rescue disk over here, the ISO, the Ventoy system. I'm just gonna run Iron's Booth just as a system to run. You know, I don't have Windows, and this is like a mini Windows stuff environment just to run it. But like, it's gonna take some time to load right now, so I'm just gonna talk about some things. So overall, I wasn't able to connect the CMOS battery that I was talking about earlier because the connector is way too bigger than the one that's on the board. Like, I don't know if you can tell right here, it's way too big for this one to fit in there. I couldn't do it, and yeah, it didn't fit. But I didn't get like any CMOS reset or anything, like any error like that. So I'm thinking like maybe you don't need to connect like a CMOS battery to it. Like maybe they have it on a chip or something, like integrated to that. So here we go, the system is up, and everything is up and running. Like it's gonna detect like everything, but it's not gonna detect my RAM and all that, like my motherboard. I have some software for that. But yeah, the Celeron CPU that I was using it, and the 12 gigabyte memory that I have here, just some Kingston and G-Skill thrown in together in there, just 4 and 8 gigabyte. Let's see if I have like, maybe I have like Specky on here, I don't know. Let me just check it out. Like, it has some kind of softwares, like maybe it has Specky, I'm not sure. System tools, HW info, yeah, there you go, Specky. Alright, this should tell us the motherboard right here. Let's see if it recognizes the H97 strong by yeah, there you go. Let me zoom in on that. Machinist H97 strong, socket 0, running at 34 Celsius, not too bad. The CPU is running on 31, not bad as well. And it detects the NVMe over there, the RAM, 128 gigabyte. It's pretty cheap. I recommend this one. It's just if you want to throw something. I just wanted to populate this thing on here to use it, to take advantage, and it cost me like 15 bucks. It was really cheap, like really cheap. So yeah, overall this has been successful. I'm gonna be using this motherboard to run Exponology for my DIY NAS server. I want to be able to use the Synology system, the DSM. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this motherboard right now. It's perfect, and if I won't need the CMOS battery for it, that's even the better. So yeah, this video has been about the Machinist H97 Strong. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye bye.